All kidding aside, good morning and good evening to you, beautiful handsome beings out there. And this is the moon's out. Pride Month, a month covered in rainbows, happiness, and acknowledgement for people who have been otherwise overlooked in the past. With 2020 behind us and the future ahead, I believe that it's up to us to make the future we want to see. And with that in mind, I felt that I wanted to do something special, some kind of DIY. DIY? Ooh, no, let's not do that. But all joking aside, I wanted to do something special to give kind of back to the community, and I also wanted to create a opening, a way for other people to feel included. So, thinking about all that, I went ahead and contacted the local Starbucks and talked to the supervisor. I was able to convince her to allow me to create something special, something that other people like, and I call it, I actually don't have a name for it. Today we're going to be making one of these, a cute little butterfly. Don't worry, you survived the intro. For now. And a little pot for it to sit in, and we're going to be using nothing but recyclable things from Starbucks. As you can tell, even the stick is a stirrer, so all cheap things, all really easy things. And the pot itself will be made of Starbucks cups. How? Well, if I said that now, it would ruin the whole video, wouldn't it? So now that you know what the premise of today's video is, let's go ahead and talk about supplies. So, small disclaimer. I already had most of the materials needed, because I'm a crafty guy. For all you crafty people out there, you're probably feeling the same vibe, and that's fine. But for all you new people, I try to keep things cheap so that anyone can be creative. Anyone can cook. First, you're going to need Starbucks cups. I got a bunch, mainly because I'm being kind of semi-sponsored a little bit. No real money, just, equipment. I recommend getting a venti and a grande cup. You'll see why. And if you're able to, one of these small Dixie cups. You can find these for literally $1. Literally. Black pipe cleaners. Again, you can find these anywhere. I found this at Dollar General for about $1. Go figure. Obviously, all the paints. All of them. Every last one. A glue gun. And possibly the most important part, these popsicle sticks in all these gorgeous colors. You'll understand why very, very soon. Do I even have to say scissors? Ooh! 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 Real talk, all that cost me $10. You can't get any better than that, yo. Let's get building. The first thing I recommend you doing is grabbing yourself the grande paper cup. Why paper cup? Well, you could try this with the plastic one, but paint just doesn't adhere to it very well. And glue, well, same thing. I mean, you ever try putting hot glue on plastic? It melts, and it gets everywhere. Oh no. I always forget to do this. Alright, one more item. A bag of rocks. $1. Can you guess? You're going to take the rocks, and you're going to place them at the very bottom of the cup. Now, I'm sure there's a couple different things you can do. You could use foam, but foam is expensive, even the cheaper stuff. Ooh, look at this. Look at that rock. Nice and smooth. That's a nice boy. Put that right at the bottom. You can put as many as you like. I'm just going to put enough to be able to jam the rock at the bottom there. You see him? Do you smell? Hey, enough of that. Having too much fun. Alright, take me your glue gun, which hopefully has warmed up by now. Or at least a little bit warmed up. I can tell if it's on or not. I just bought this, so hopefully it's... Okay, it is warming up. Just gonna be a minute. That sucks. While the glue gun is warming up, we're going to go ahead and grab a venti cup. The venti cups are going to be the tallest one. They hold about 26 ounces. Now, why do you need 2 cups? Well, have you ever seen any of those cartoon pops where they have like a ridge and it goes straight down? That's the idea we're going to be doing with this baby. You can use anything to cut it. An X-Acto knife would be godsend, but I don't have one of those, so we're just going to use a knife. Life of the wife was ended by the knife. I think he's got it. I think he's got it. Yeah. Not a bad job, honestly. A little cleanup, but I've done worse. Now you take the small cup and you're going to cut the rim off of this one. Just this hard part because it kind of gets in the way. Alright, and then you take the venti ridge that we just made, and you take the small one, the grande, and then bippity boppity boo. Look at that! I know it doesn't seem like much now, but once this is painted, it's gonna look like a flower pot. I think that's pretty cool. You'll see. You'll see. Alright, let's see if the glue gun is ready. Alright, let's see. Oh, it is very ready. Look at that. That steam that came off. Alright, I'm gonna hot glue gun everything around the rock right now. Don't worry if the cup starts to get warm. You know how hot coffee is? Now, while that's slowly drying, grab the Dixie cup and you're going to, I know, crazy, right? You're going to cut into it, just like the other ones. Crafting aesthetic. Gotta love it. Alright. You're going to take this bit and you're going to put it into the cup upside down, like so. Because that's going to be where your butterfly is going to be sticking out of. We need something sturdy, that way it doesn't flop around or fall when the wind hits it. Glue gun. I'm gonna do it around the edges. I'm gonna do this quick because Dixie cups, they actually melt. Alright, here we go. That could look ugly. That's okay if that looks ugly. No one's gonna see this. It's gonna be covered later. It's gonna be awesome. Slide the ridge on. And we're gonna do what else? But also glue gun that on. Recommend just doing it along the side and not on the ridges, just because as you push it up, it's gonna be a little greasy. Not greasy, it's going to drag. Alright. And it sucks. You don't want that to burn you. So be very careful. Hot glue gunning is no fun. Be very, very careful, my friends. Baby, I love you all. I don't want you to get hurt. Just want you to make a flower pot. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and let this baby cool off a little bit before we start playing with it again. Now this part is going to be so tight. I think you're gonna love it. Even if you don't make the rest of this, you're gonna love the butterflies. It took a lot of trial and error. I needed to figure out the right shape that I could cut, that it would be really easy for people to just like, you know, stick it on a stick and flutter. I want it to be pretty, you know? Here's how it's done. Now what I used, kind of this shape here. As you can see, it's kind of a semicircle. So what I did from that point is I cut the semicircle so that it had this weird shape. I know. Can't even tell you what that would look like. It's like a little smiley face with a nose. After you cut it, you're going to bend this part down and you're going to fold it in half. Now what you're going to want to do is after you've cut this bit off, you're going to cut a slit from the very top of the center of this weird oval shape to about, I mean, as far as you can get without it overlapping the other cuts, because you don't want to make it too fragile. Folding over the long bit, it forces both pieces over here to kind of flip-flop. Go flippy-floppy, like that, yeah. And then, got yourself a butterfly. Grabbing one of your popsicle sticks, I'm gonna go with a mess, apparently. Let's go with purple. I like purple, if that wasn't extremely obvious. Glue the butterfly right on there. Just a little bit, you don't need a ton. because it's going to be very hot, and I don't want you guys burning yourselves. Or burning me, really. Yeah, look at that. Just hold it in place. If it's hot, lightly, just light taps. You'd be surprised what your fingers can handle. That is so cool. I love that. And with that, we have reached the messiest part of the process, which is painting. Yeah. Now your butterfly could be any color you want. This is where you can really get creative. As I mentioned before, I like purple. So, if I have any purple left, that's what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna make it look pretty similar to my original one, because I thought it was cute. Even put some glitter. Isn't that cute? How you guys doing, by the way? Ooh, look at that. I love acrylic paints, though. Like, don't get so much of it on your skin, but look how beautiful it applies. Starting to look like a butterfly. Actually, kind of looks like a beetle right now. Now, while that's drying, let's go ahead and work on some of the features that's going to make this unique and look like a butterfly. For that, we're going to need that black pipe cleaner. You're going to cut 8 of these little bits. I recommend making them short, maybe about 1 inch. Just enough that you could bend it. Then, very carefully, we're going to construct our butterfly piece by piece. This will be interesting. Be careful. Putting a little bit at the bottom there. I put it right at the very front of it, where the head would be, like so. It's coming together. It's coming together. Actually, I had an idea. Instead of doing like a little dot, actually, yeah, I'll do like a rainbow backdrop. It'd be great. Some yellow here. Yeah, look at that! I love him so much. Now while this dries, let's go ahead and paint that pot. Alright, so we're only going to really need 2 colors for this. You know what? Call me radical, but I'm going to go with red. I recommend using long strokes, just because it gives it that texture of like pottery. What I recommend doing is using a little bit of a shader effect, because right now this just looks like a red party cup. That ain't it. That ain't what we're going for. Alright. Done deal. And look, only a minimal bit of mess. Let's see if our little bugger is dry. I love it so far. Look at that. I love it. Alright. We're going to use brown just to cover up all the white parts on the inside. It's going to also kind of hide the imperfections of the glue gun. It'll be cool. I'm not too worried about making it look glamorous on the inside. No one's really going to take a look in here. And we're also going to add stuff on top of this to make it less, you know, brown. I went into my supplies. And I remembered I have a ridiculous amount of glitter. Because of course I do. We're going to grab the green while this is still wet. I'm going to sprinkle it in. Ooh, it's going to be tight. I'm just going to dump pretty much just an entire bag, which again, got it at the dollar store. Whoop, 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 whoop. See, the glitter sticks on to the wet paint. Isn't that tight? Now you're probably wondering, Alpha, won't the glitter just fly out if someone blows on it or it falls over? Yeah, I've thought about that. So I'm going to go a little bit off script, and I'm going to recommend you guys use clear gel tacky glue. I know it sounds odd, but if you grab it and just pour a bunch over it, leave it alone, it dries up so clear and it does not move. Like, the glitter will stay there, be as pretty as can be, but it won't move. I think that's pretty cool. Watch 5 Minute Frickin' Craft steal this and not give me any credit. Yeah. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, Alpha, we're about to reach the end of the project. How does this relate to Pride at all? Who said the project was over? Now, what's going to make this unique and an interactive experience is going to be the plot twist that I'm bringing on now. I was able to pick up one of these. It's like a small little box, has a little locket on it, and you paint it yourself. So you're probably wondering, why a wooden box? Well, while the butterfly and pot is clearly gorgeous, beautiful, and well worth it by itself, the whole idea of Pride is that it's meant for people who normally feel marginalized because they were born a certain way. And Pride is the one time a year where these people can feel united, like they're not alone. I bought this crate for $3, and after it's painted, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to be filling it with these multicolored popsicle sticks. Why? Well, on each stick, we're going to go ahead and write a small message. That's what the marker's for. It could be anything. Something positive, something that eludes inclusivity. You like that word? Eludes inclusivity. Writing something like, you matter. Never mind my sloppiness, but the fact is, something simple like that, put it in the crate, along with a plethora of other positive messages. You go ahead and you place it down, and as people come in, whether you be at the library, a school, or a cool place like Starbucks, they can take one, they'll see that stick, and maybe that one person who comes in, who came in for coffee, came in, maybe a student coming into the main office and sees this, who's just having the worst day ever, who really feels unincluded, maybe they see that. They say, oh, this is kind of cool. They pick up a stick, and they see that something small, a little token from someone they don't know. You matter. You're important. You are love. Love is love.